And I wanted to ask you about something you had done earlier in your career. You had been an international marketing assistant for Hachette. So I was just curious what that would have taught you about marketing that you've been able to carry on with you and hopefully still practice today.
Yeah. I love that job. It was something I didn't expect to fall into until I fell into it. I was just trying to get my foot in the door of publishing. And it really taught me a lot of foundational skills when it comes to understanding the industry. It was nice because it was international, that it gave me a perspective of the holistic side of publishing, because I worked with all the departments. I worked editorial, I worked publicity, I worked with sales accounts all around the globe, as well as marketing, obviously. And so it really gave me perspective about what the life cycle of a book is, which I might have not have known as well if I start off in editorial. It also gave me, it really honed what I wanted to do with books. And it really and one of the things that it taught me that I carried throughout my career was the most important role that you would have is, as working on a book, is to make sure it finds its readership. And that readership doesn't necessarily mean it's like, books that you like. It doesn't necessarily mean that, it's books that have quote unquote like mass appeal. But it has to be able to find the readership that needs to have that book, and that, and to be able to position a book to find the right market and the right audience is something that I've carried throughout my career. And as an editor, it's super useful because when I look at submissions, I am already thinking about what's the audience for this book. I like the book, that's fine, but how can you convince other people to like it too? Like, what can I go to the publisher and say, like, all right, not only are these the comp titles, but you should look at the demographics, of this community in the United States, the growing readership, the statistics about disposable income, like what all these other factors, will prove that a readership for this book exists. And if the book is available, they will buy it. That was actually one of the reasons I had for buying Everlasting Door in the first place. Like I came in with a bunch of statistics about the Filipino American community in the United States, and the high likelihood that they are looking for more books that represent them, because there's so many of them in the United States, and the outcome of books that are published, about Filipinos are so marginally small in comparison that they will grab that book. But not only that, but it has wider appeal for school and libraries because it talks about, young people dealing with very difficult subjects in a light manner. It has a really intriguing hook because, like cemeteries, they're seen in the U.S. as really scary, but in this place it was your home. What does that mean? It talks about the elements of found family and the importance of being able to help each other, and how like supportive communities, are really like one of the backbone themes you see again and again in middle grade. So like all that really helped by that book in particular, but I wouldn't have been able to narrow down my thought process in that granular level if I didn't have the marketing experience to really think about who would want to read this book and why.
And then also to be armed with the information to convince other people that you did know that there were enough folks out there, which obviously hadn't happened. Marie told us one of her main motivations in writing the book in the first place was going to the bookstore and not seeing those books about Filipino children available for anyone who needs to read them.
Right. So